episode number 17 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Nick, your host here. With me, of course, is my boy Joel, my co-host. Uh, Before we get into today's topic, as always, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all our socials, give us all the support we can. And if you haven't heard yet, this past Monday, we dropped our own merch shop, our own store, live on teespring.com. It is in our Linktree link on both our Instagram and Twitter bios, and we'll also leave the link to that in the YouTube description of this episode. So if you want to go check it out, if you want to go buy stuff, you're more than welcome to buy something in the shop. We also have a promo code, TRF21. If you use the promo code before Monday, you get 20% off of all your purchases. So go ahead and do that. Buy some stuff, Ring Fanatics merch on teespring.com. Like I said, the link will be in the description of this YouTube video and in our Instagram and Twitter bios.
Ooh, that was a mouthful.
Straight through. Didn't even stop. Did not hesitate. So we got that out of the way. Just wanted to clarify that. So today's topic, we want to talk about something that happened. Two things that happened that I really want to talk about. We mentioned it yesterday. We can also tie in what happened with NXT and AEW last night. Both Marty, Scurll and Jay White are now free agents in the world of professional wrestling. First time in a while. They've been with their companies for a couple of years now. I would say now they're free agents and go to new companies now. I want to know your thoughts on that. What do you think about their parting ways with their companies this past weekend?
So my thought on Marty is, of course, this has been part of the plan. They're saying that they released him because of the accusations that were against him and whatever happened last year. No legal action was taken, so I'm guessing it wasn't that crazy. So I don't think that's part of why he was released. Not released, but they parted ways. But I think he's heading to AEW. A lot of people are saying NXT, and I can see it happening. I just really hope it doesn't. I feel like they'll just stick him in 205 Live. I feel like it's gonna be bad.
Kind of like that Austin Aries thing where they put him into like the commentary role, then all of a sudden 205 Live. That I wasn't mad at because he was going up against Neville at the time, and that I like that feud. That was an awesome feud. But
but also at that time, the cruiserweights was still on Raw. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
It was still on TV.
It wasn't 205 Live yet, but yeah, I know. Exactly. Yeah.
Like we still get the cruiserweights like we did at NXT last night, but I just feel like he'll get lost, man. Yeah. I really don't want that to happen. I feel like the way everything's been building up with AEW, it just seems right that he's gonna end up there. It's not for sure. I don't think for definitely is gonna be that, but he could end up in NXT. You just never know.
Yeah. I mean, it's for me. I was gonna say AEW too because, I mean, if we would have parted ways with them before this Impact AEW thing, I would have kind of said NXT, but I feel like he is leaning towards an AEW because of what's going on right now. Especially we saw last night with AEW how the ending of that, the Bullet Club without putting it together. I feel like that's kind of going to persuade him towards that direction. I feel like he's going to want to go that route and that storyline and stuff like that. Because apparently they are competing in a 6-man tag, but we don't know their opponents yet. What if he is one of those opponents? That could be awesome.
Do you know that's how I felt last night when they announced it? Because I think it was, I forgot what match it was before they started going through night 2 of their event. And it was like next week, all these matches are happening. And then all of a sudden it was just the logo of the Elite and said the Elite will be in action next week. Never said names, just said the Elite. And I took that as, I don't think it'll happen, but I think they're teasing us.
Because
it might happen.
After AEW finished last night, there was like an exclusive video on their AEW's pages. Don Callis said there was a 6-man tag between Omega and the Young Bucks versus 3 unnamed opponents. What if the reunion involves 3 other Elite members like Cody, Marty, Scurll, and somebody? I mean, Paige is not really in it anymore, but I feel like they're gonna it's a reunion. They didn't have to be in it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah.
it might somehow squeeze them in there if they could.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But that caught my eye when I said the elite. I said, why couldn't they just say Kenny and the Bucks or Cody and the Bucks or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but now it's and then was that really a heel turn last night? What was it with the Bucks?
I
What?
don't know. I don't know. It feels because the way they portrayed it was like it seems like they were forcing themselves to do the too sweet symbol. So I don't know. Because they were also helping out the Good Brothers, but they were also telling them to leave. I don't know. I don't know. I have to wait to see what they're doing with that
And
because I
also,
don't know.
I kind of think it's their kind of heel turn. I think this is gonna be a thing now. I feel like you remember at the end of their match. I don't know if you saw it when they beat them and SCU were in the ring together, and they say, "Yo, like, as long as we're not going for the belts, we got your back."
Yeah.
I feel like that was just to tie in to show, I now this is how we're gonna get the Bucks versus SCU because we couldn't have two faces go against each other. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like last night was kind of the Young Bucks heel turn, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I would see it. I've been getting that vibe from them for a while too.
Ever since they won the belts,
Yeah, yeah,
I felt that way that they've been doing the same thing that Cody was doing. They were like leaning back and
yeah.
forth. I was like, what are they?
I don't think Cody will end up turning heel though. I think he's gonna be a face for a while. I think everyone's gonna still be behind him, so I wouldn't say he's gonna be a heel anytime soon.
Yeah,
But the Young Bucks are more likely to, in my opinion, because like you said, it's been like back and forth. Like one week they're like they're gonna do something, but they're not gonna do something.
yeah.
I
Let's
think
just say,
didn't
yo,
they attack Moxley last night during that too? Didn't they super kick him or something? Or was it the Good Brothers?
I think the Good Brothers.
Because I remember,
I'm a.
I think
You want to hear this? I'm gonna be straight up. Be straight up with you.
be straight up,
I
man.
was watching NXT
Me
because I was
too.
going back and forth.
Me,
I was going
yeah,
back and forth, and I was watching the main event of AEW. I said, you know what? Let me switch it real quick. Switched it. Watching O'Reilly and Balor fuck each other up. I was like, this is dope. I said, you know what? Hold up, before because it's 9:57. Let me check
yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on in AEW.
Yeah, that's what I
And
did
all of a
too.
sudden,
I was like, it's
I just see the Good Brothers just raising hell. And I'm like, oh shit. So when I got the TV on, Moxley was already on the floor, so I couldn't
okay,
tell you
okay.
what happened. So I think
So
it was the Good Brothers that attacked him.
they did attack him, but there was one point where they almost kind of stopping him. I think they might have pushed Moxley out of the way at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Got to rewatch that segment, but like I could
Yeah,
have sworn I
it
saw
was.
one of them attack.
I was just caught up in emotion when I
Yeah, yeah,
saw
me
it. I
too.
was
I
like,
was like,
oh,
yeah,
oh man,
shit,
here we
like this is
go. Yeah,
yeah,
like yo, shout out to AEW.
yeah. Thanks,
Past
man.
last 2 weeks, putting on dope ass shows.
Yeah, amazing show
Um,
as of
yeah,
late. Great shows as of late. Shout out to
yeah.
NXT too. I love.
NXT too. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
last night
can't.
was awesome. Last night was awesome.
Do
Um,
you? Let's talk before we get into Jay White. Was since we're on AEW and NXT,
okay.
Damian Priest. You think it's time for him?
I think it is. I think it
You think
is.
it's time?
Yeah. It's
I'm
been because I think he's done enough already. Where
I'm nervous, man. I'm
I
nervous.
because the thing is with him, he's done too much, but not a lot in NXT. So where
Yeah,
if he gets called up, he's not one of those people where he is a great talent. Amazing talent, but I feel like if he gets to the main roster, people won't automatically assume that he's buried, even if they don't use him right.
yeah.
Because we haven't really seen much of him anyways. So even if he does do a lot or does the same average amount of time on the main roster, it's fine. That's the way he was portrayed in NXT. So I am not as nervous. I feel like if anything, they're probably going to use him a lot more there.
And
Because
it was
because what the rumor was, apparently he was
there you go.
supposed to debut last week during the Roman Reigns segment. So if you're planning on putting him with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, that's already a big thing.
Yeah,
That's not a
and
bad start.
yeah, I messed with that heavy. As we've been talking about Roman and saying how there's no one for him to go against. There's nobody that they've built up enough to take him on. This might be him.
This
It
exactly
might be
because
Priest, man.
Priest had. Let me tell you, especially after watching his match last night against Karrion Cross, I would
That was a good
110.
match.
That was the way he was acting during the match. Like, oh, I'm still standing. What are you gonna do about it? That momentum heading into a Roman Reigns match would be awesome. Like, oh, I'm still standing, not my tribal chief. He could actually talk back and do shit in the middle of the ring, in the middle of a match, and then it'll still attack Roman Reigns verbally, and it's awesome. That's what I'm excited to see.
That's gonna be dope. If it is true that he's going up, that would be sick.
Supposedly,
when I read it,
Rhea Ripley is gonna get called up too soon. That's what I've been hearing. Last night's match was her last match. That's why she lost. I iffy about it, but
man, they gotta stop with that BS, man, because she's doing her thing down there. I shouldn't even say down there. Let her do her thing in NXT.
Yeah.
I just have a habit of saying down there because they were always known as like the minor leagues.
Yeah.
But
they're not the minor leagues anymore, man.
They're not. They ain't never been. It was just
they're making Raw and SmackDown like the minor leagues, and that's what they're doing.
The way it's looking, man.
The way it's looking, though, exactly.
But Rhea Ripley, man, especially after they announced the
women's Dusty Road. That's awesome. Fucking finally, man. Finally.
We've been talking about exactly.
We've been talking
about them having
weeks.
the depth in the women's division. And he even said it last night when they announced it. We have so much depth in the women's division that we are going to do.
They could build up tag teams now. They could use tag teams. They have someone ready. They could build more. It's awesome.
He could have fit into that perfectly.
Yeah.
That's going to be dope, though. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, NXT's been doing their thing. AEW's been doing their thing. Now let me get on to my Jay White.
Where do you think he'll go? That's what I'm really figuring out when.
First of all, I got a hot take. Right?
Go ahead, say it, man. Joel's hot take.
The main event of night 2 at Wrestle Kingdom with Jay White was better than Omega versus Okada. I don't care what you say. They really killed it.
Yeah.
And it was just like
because it was I think like the no audience thing kind of didn't give a lot of people that impression, but I saw the highlights of it. It was pretty dope.
Man, the show was there was like even between the two nights, I could count on my hand like how many like iffy matches there were.
Yeah.
And this is what it should be. This is how it should be. It should be like this for their biggest show of the year. There shouldn't just be one show, like one match on the card that we're excited about.
Yeah.
Like they made me care about every single match. So, Ibushi and Jay White tore the roof off of the Tokyo Dome. I thought it was insane. Not taking away nothing from Ibushi versus Naito.
Yeah.
They did their thing also. But just Jay White, man. If you would have told me, hold on, I gotta look up the date because I don't want to be wrong. Hold on one second, because I saw Jay White at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Was this the card? Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right card so I could say the right year. This was, I want to say 2016.
Wow.
I want to say 2016. Jay White. If you would told me that Jay White was going to main event Wrestle Kingdom and just be the way he's been the last 2-3 years, from that show that I watched when he had half his head shaved and it was like,
yeah. What show was it?
I went to 2 shows in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think it was, I want to say it was Final Battle 2016. So that's when Cody came back. Well, debuted. That was Adam Cole versus O'Reilly. That was the Briscoes and the Bucks.
Oh, I remember that. I heard about that card before.
Yeah. I think Cody went against Jay Lethal. That's where he did he just low blowed him. It was a dope show. But if you would have told me that night, Jay White in a couple years gonna be one of the top guys in New Japan, I would have said, you're fucking wildin', because what I saw, he's good. Like, I'm not taking nothing away. He was insane.
Yeah.
But he was in a match with the Kingdom, and his partners were Kushida and Leo Rush, I believe. 2 small guys. You in the ring with a whole bunch of like.
He's probably gonna be the most outstanding one out of the 3 on this team. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like it was cool and all. And like the next match, I know Marty Scurll went against Osprey, and I forgot who else I think Dragon Lee, I think was it. But like, if you would put him in that match and he would have showed out the way he did, like, I would have been like, okay, I could believe it.
Yeah.
But just he's insane. So this whole thing with him saying before I go into that, the match. So after the match, what I loved the most of this whole match it might sound stupid to some people, but I liked at the end when he lost and they're both just laying there and the place is going crazy. Somebody slides in the belts to like give them to the ref.
Oh,
He like reaches over and he's trying to grab the belts, and the ref is just like, "Nah, fam, give me those," and gives them to Bougie. I thought that was so dope, telling like the storyline of like he wanted them so bad, like he doesn't want to give that up, like he wants to keep going for it. I don't think he's leaving. I don't think so.
Really?
Do you think?
Because I saw the post match conference thing, it seemed like he was done. That gave me the impression that he was done.
Promo, yo, it might sound like I'm the biggest Jay White fan right now, like I'm a fanboy, but yo, that promo, man, just because like I didn't like him at first. I'll be straight up, did not like Jay White at first.
Me too. Like lately, he's been impressing me.
When I started watching him, I was like, he's alright. Like he's cool. He's good in the ring. Like, can't take nothing away from him, but I don't see him being like a champion. I don't see him being like a world champion. He went to Japan, started killing shit, and I was like, all right, this he's serious. Yeah. He might be nice. Then he joined Bullet Club. I said, oh, they're putting the rocket on him now. Yeah. And ever since then, I was like, ever since he's been in New Japan, he's proven me wrong, and I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so happy that he's proven me wrong.
Exactly.
And I just don't feel like he's leaving. I feel that he's going to leave for a little bit.
Maybe.
I think he'll go back though. I think he's just taking some time off, so that you forget about him.
Yeah.
And he'll just come back and maybe like after a title match and just attack, and then try and get the belt. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think he's just take some time away from New Japan and from the title scene, so that we could get a fresh breath of him when he returns.
Because I don't know. Now that you said that, I'm kind of like iffy. I'm thinking he may leave, he may stay, maybe take some time off. But if he were to leave New Japan and go somewhere, the only company I see him going to has to be NXT, in my opinion. Because Triple H, do I want him there? No. But Triple H has been high on him for years. Like, he's been wanting him to join NXT for years. So if anything, I think he's going to make the most push to sign Jay White to the company. So if anything, it'd probably be NXT just because of Triple H.
Do you think NXT?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know how it'll go though. Like, that's the thing. I don't see what he will do.
Don't forget,
that's why I don't want him there.
Don't forget, the Rumble's at the end of this month.
You can go. Oh, man, that is true. That is true.
This man was all over Japan. People know him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not. Yeah. He's another. Not saying that he's as big as AJ but he was the leader of the Bullet Club. Yeah. He was champion for a while.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing too. Because if he would have actually left, because I was thinking about it the other day, like if he would have officially left New Japan, then one of the things that we talked about in the past was the Bullet Club kicking him out of the group. Exactly. So that's why I'm also thinking, I'm like, he didn't get kicked out yet.
Nope. So. But now you've changed. Like, the club didn't get, like, the Good Brothers never got kicked out.
That is also true.
But they also knew they did that so that they could always go back to Japan, because they knew they're just signing. They knew that they were getting signed just for the hype. Yeah. They knew, okay, we're gonna bring AJ and his boys. They're gonna have stuff for AJ. They're gonna always have stuff for AJ.
Yeah.
Or they always gonna have stuff for us. So they were like, you know what? Don't kick us out. Let us chill. And let's just leave. And then if anything, we can always come back. Which now, I don't know if that
I think they'd rather, since AEW was a thing, I think now it's like they'd rather do stuff with them.
Because My son said the betrayal with Tamatonga. He put up a tweet and a photo. He said the betrayal is crazy. I said, we gonna see them clash again?
Maybe. Imagine they go back to New Japan. They win the New Japan. Oh my god, that would be awesome. I would want to see that.
They go to New Japan with the AEW and TNA straps.
Oh, you think they're gonna win the AEW belts?
No, I'm saying that whole Bullet Club crew.
All of them.
Whatever you want to call them, because you can't really call them Bullet Club.
The Elite.
Because
the Elite / Bullet Club.
Because they got kicked out.
Yeah.
Which they got kicked out. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's weird, but I would love to see a clash of them coming back because Good Brothers have the Impact tag. Bucks have the AEW tag. Kenny has the AEW title.
Yeah.
They all go to Japan and just cause...
They all have championships. Did you see the pictures that I put up on the story of what the AEW posted? That was an awesome picture. They all have gold. I think they're eventually gonna have because either Kenny Omega might run off from the Elite and do his own thing with the Good Brothers, maybe start a new group, or the Good Brothers might join the Elite, maybe be a part of that group.
Yeah, it's iffy, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I was hoping for the Good Brothers to go back to New Japan and be with the Bullet Club.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I feel like that can't even
continue that.
Right
I wanted to continue the Bullet Club storyline. Like, oh, we didn't leave. We want to come back and join you guys, kind of thing.
And they could always pull that if they ever go back to New Japan and just be like, yo, like, come on, those are all guys too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it's just dope what's going on right now. Like, everything's up in the air for in AEW. In New Japan, people are just... Because, you know who else impressed me while I was watching Wrestle Kingdom? I know we're doing a lot of Wrestle Kingdom talk, but Will Ospreay. Him and Okada.
Yes, I forgot about that match.
Him and Okada. Wow.
I'm not too big on Will Ospreay. I don't know why. I'm not too big on him.
I always liked him. Always liked him. Always was a fan. He sold me that he could be.
He hasn't sold me yet. I haven't seen it.
Go watch that match.
Watch that match.
Because I watched it when him and Okada. I said, this guy, he did the same thing that Jay White did to me when I watched Jay White debut in New Japan and start going up the ranks. I was like, okay.
On New Japan, yeah.
I said, okay, this guy could do something. So Will Ospreay right now he's been impressing me, but this just took it over. I'm like, I could see him main eventing Wrestle Kingdom one day. Like that's how much he's impressed me lately.
How long has he been in New Japan for? Has he been in New Japan for a while?
For a while. For a while. I want to say 16, 17. Like around there, 16, 17.
Same time as Jay White, or
yeah. Because then also Ricochet was over there too.
Yes, Ricochet.
Yeah.
But he was the Puma King still then, right? Or was it just Ricochet?
I'm not even sure, to be honest. I think he was just Ricochet.
Because I know he was a Puma King in Lucha Underground, but I don't know if he used that anywhere else.
No, he was just Ricochet in New Japan.
Because that would have been like the type of thing. Like they would have probably used the Puma King, the gimmick for New Japan, because that's their style.
It would have made sense. But But yeah, Ospreay's been there. They might have been even there since 15, to be honest.
Really?
But Ospreay impressed me. Like he's gonna be nice. He's gonna, not that he's not nice already, but they're gonna put the strap on him and he's gonna do good, especially now that he's a heel.
Yeah.
He's been, because there's a lot of people, we've talked about this. There's a lot of people that are good baby faces but can't be heel, and there's people that are heels but can't. Yeah, he is one that he could do both. Like people love him. People love him, so it's even harder. Yeah, it's even harder for him to get people to hate him.
Yeah, I think
he's doing all these big moves that people love. That's tough for a guy like that to do.
I feel like Ospreay not Ospreay. Jay White has been a heel for a while now. I feel like he can't. Yeah. I feel like he can't be a great babyface.
Yeah, I think that's why I was iffy on him at first. I think that's why I wasn't with him at first.
Because he was,
Like, because he was a baby face, but like, it wasn't believable.
yeah,
Like, not that it wasn't believable, it just wasn't a good fit for him.
yeah,
So when he actually turned heel and started doing all this, I was like, wow, this. So that might be what it is with him, and maybe that's the same thing that's happening with Osprey.
yeah.
You know what I
'Cause-
mean?
yeah, yeah. So I feel like this, in terms, I gotta go watch that match because I forgot about that Osprey was even on
No,
those
yeah,
cards.
yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
That match was dope. I mean, any match with Okada is gonna be dope. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like Okada's he's the man.
yeah.
He's the man. You can't take nothing away from that dude. I mean, he's like 30 something, right? He's like 32 or something like that.
But Osprey, yeah, or Okada. You said,
Okada.
yeah,
Okada.
yeah, somewhere around that. He looks. I thought he was older, but he's not. He looks a little bit older than he is, but he's.
Yo, he's that dude's. He's nice, man.
And last night in AEW they dropped an Ibushi. They mentioned Ibushi last night in AEW. I heard it.
I'm
Imagine he
waiting.
goes to AEW. I don't know what his contract is like. Obviously, he's still he just got the championships, but I'm assuming he's gonna be there for a while longer now. But
Yeah.
imagine he leaves and goes to AEW. That's all. That'll be awesome.
Not
He was
even.
at home, so
Not
he
even.
would-
Not even leaves. Just shows up with the
oh,
straps.
yeah, they'd be like,
If
yo,
they
I want to
have,
be involved in
if
that
they
shit.
have a partnership, if
They have partnerships with
and
everybody now. Yeah, AAA.
AEW and New Japan have a partnership, they'll definitely make something happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe we'll get Bushi versus Omega.
Oof.
You never know.
And then Omega's still a AAA champion, right? Or did he lose it last time they?
I think he's still Triple A
Yeah.
champion.
So you
I'm
have a
not
AAA champ.
positive.
I would have Omega lose that championship. So you have a AAA versus New Japan versus AEW championship, instead of like it not involved Impact this time.
Yeah.
So like if Impact leave the Impact versus AEW shift right now, then do like New Japan and AAA come in and do their own shit with AEW.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you on that. That
Because
would
I feel like
dope.
if a whole bunch of companies coming at once, it's like it'll be cool, but it's like it's too much.
It's
like you're
tough.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, all right, slow your roll.
Yeah. It's cool with the Impact right now. Leave it as it is. You can keep pushing with that, and just keep the ball rolling. One thing it's kind of confuses me with AEW is that they have a lot of people on the roster that are not officially signed, which they kind of should.
Yeah.
And it's like who isn't signed and who is with the company is my thoughts. Like Thunder Rosa has been showing up in AEW every single week and not NWA, and she's not even signed to AEW.
She's not
It's kind of
officially
weird.
signed?
No, I thought she was, like, because that's how much she's been paying on AEW. That's what confuses me about this shit.
But also, the NWA champion is going to be defended next week.
Yeah, but she actually is signed to AEW though. She is signed to AEW.
Wait, who?
Serena Deeb. She's signed.
Yeah. But this
that's the reason.
I guess this is keeping
the NW
women's division together because you keep having your belt defended on both. You got to have them show up on both. You know what I mean?
That is true. Yeah. That's how. But they should sign Thunder Rosa if she's not in contract with NWA still.
It might be that NWA has her in a contract, but is allowing her to work with AEW. It's like, all right, cool, use her. Like, you just can't sign her. Relax.
Exactly. Yeah, we got her. Yeah. There's so many people now that we've been talking about this. It's like there's so many people who are signed to a specific company that's like, why don't they leave and go somewhere else? They've been with this company for years already, and they've already killed it. For example, Nick Aldis has been with NWA since I think 2016 and has held it for a long ass time.
I think he's grooming to take over NWA.
Yeah.
I think that's his thing. Like he loves the NWA, I think. So I think they try to groom. I think he's like they've been like moving him up because I think like he's a big thing backstage. Yeah. But I'm not sure. But I was reading something that they were like, Nick Aldis is like trying to like when whoever's in charge of it now moves on, they'll be like, yo, here you go.
Yeah.
You be in
charge. I would want to see Aldis versus Cody again. I want to see that match again.
I don't know why the women's title is on NXT, but I mean on AEW, but we never see any of the men.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, why won't they include the men in this? That would be cool. Like have all this show up, challenge Omega, or defend the championship on this belt against Cody.
Yeah.
Maybe you have one of them or someone else from AEW where you have them go to NWA and watch NWA. Because I feel like the reason why they're doing this is to have people watch more NWA. That's what they're having Thunder
Yeah.
Rosa, their championship be defended there. But they just have their men's championship be defended on NWA against AEW superstar. So that
Yeah.
way people can be like, oh, I want to watch NWA this week.
And you can even use people that have been on NWA already, like Eddie Kingston. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it would just make sense.
yeah.
And NWA got to pick it up with the men's division.
Yeah, exactly. I know because
Because
I don't even know who signed it. They took Ricky Starks from them too, and it's like they just took over the people from NWA. It's like,
yeah.
what do they have? I don't even know what they have over there now. I think
Which
James
now
Storm.
I don't even know. Yeah, James
Yeah.
Storm is over there. I
Yeah.
need James Storm just to show up on AEW. Like
Yeah. He's
they
been
just they need to make a partnership that they could just
allow people
Yeah.
without even a beef, like without even beef, and just be like, oh, they can go to NWA.
Yeah,
We're cool with NWA.
let me just get a match. I don't need a storyline from the
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Put him in a match.
Exactly.
Not every match has to have that. That's one thing. Not every match has to have a storyline.
Exactly.
You can have a match just to have a match.
Yeah.
Like, but now it's like if it doesn't have a story,
Like, where's it gonna go?
what's
Like,
the point?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna bring this up again. I've been mentioning this like almost every single episode. The Shaq shit. Don't fucking know why that was a thing. That has no storyline.
But
never had a storyline.
That was scrapped though because Brandy got pregnant, so now that's scrapped.
Now they're moving on to Sting, which is
Sting
even better.
And my son Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
that was
Dog.
What a guy.
Doing a frog splash.
What a
or,
guy.
or a dog splash.
Yo,
dog splash.
Yeah.
That was...
my man came out yesterday. His legs look like toothpicks. Like it's crazy how skinny he is.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy, and he's so tall, so it just makes him look even. I don't know. It's just
It's so weird.
He shaved funny. That's my
exactly. And then, especially that time he did a clothesline when he appeared in WWE. That time.
Oh it's like, yeah.
Like his whole arm when like reached almost across the halfway across the ring. It's like he has long ass arms.
Yo,
so it's like what the fuck is it?
Oh man, but Snoop Dogg and Sting weren't the only people from the '90s that showed up this week on TV. Somebody else showed up on Raw at the very end. That he was a big
talk about
name.
I want to talk. Yeah. We gotta talk about that shit. I'm actually not.
You like that little segue? That was pretty dope, right?
Goldberg, man. I'm not mad at this. People are gonna be mad at this because it's Goldberg, but I'm not. I spoke to you about it when it happened.
Yeah.
I low key like this storyline. I low key like it.
I'm not
I like
mad
where it's
at
going.
I'm not mad at it. I just don't know how we went from Roman versus Goldberg to McIntyre versus Goldberg.
This is we mentioned this when we spoke about it at first too. Like, I've seen a lot of people where they're like, "Oh, it would have made more sense if it was Randy Orton because he spent most of the night disrespecting like legends." So it's like it would have made sense if it were Randy Orton, but I'm not mad at McIntyre because the way even though Goldberg should have reworded his promo a little bit because I even though it didn't sound right, I still understood what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like a lot of people in the company in WWE right now act like they're the shit. Like Joe McIntyre, no disrespect to Joe McIntyre, but he thinks like, oh, I had a great 2020. I'm the best in this company, blah, 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 whatever. So they could have been like, oh, you think you're the hot shit, like, and think they're better than all these legends, whatever. I'm going to show you that I'm better than you, even though I'm old or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's how they should have betrayed it. Because if, like I said, like that promo kind of sounded like it was directing towards Randy Orton and not Drew McIntyre. So he could have worded it differently, but I still knew what he was saying. And I like it.
But it's one of those things that's like, what would a match with Orton do without no title? What's the point of it?
Yeah.
Just because he's being disrespectful makes no sense. But I like the way they're going with it, the disrespectful. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so, like, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of stuff is in the air right now because it's like anything. Like, we thought, you remember when it was Kevin Owens and Goldberg, and Kevin Owens had just won the belt, and I was like, oh, there's no way.
There was a story behind that too, though. There was a story and a reason for it, because like it was literally all because of Brock Lesnar, because apparently because the thing was, I think we spoke about it in another episode where like originally it was supposed to be Jericho versus Owens, that Mania main event for the
Yep.
Universal Championship. And apparently, because I saw this online, the how originally Vince wanted Brock versus Goldberg again, just a regular singles match at Mania, but Brock didn't want to do it unless he beat Goldberg for a championship. That's why they made Goldberg beat Kevin Owens for it, and that's why they made Brock beat Goldberg at Mania. So it was if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar, he would have gotten that match.
Well,
So
that was gonna be my next question. Is Brock coming back now?
see that's
Or we getting
maybe
a rematch of WrestleMania 33?
I it's more likely that he's coming back to me now. I wouldn't necessarily say it's gonna go against. This is what I think. We're having a Royal Rumble prediction episode. We would talk about this again, but I feel like because Anthony from the Titantron podcast said to me that because there was been a whole bunch of rumors, Keith Lee versus Brock versus Drew, a triple threat match. I feel like they're low key throwing in Goldberg in this. I mean, to be a fatal four way. If Brock comes back and wins, maybe. But in my opinion, I would like to see that, yes, but I personally don't think it is now since Goldberg is back. What I'm thinking is this. This is how I see it happening
Let's see.
with the Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre.
Let's do it, baby, because I got a fancy booking too after you say this. Go.
So if Brock doesn't, this is only if Brock doesn't come back at the Rumble.
Yeah.
If it's okay, so I see this. So Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre. As much as I hate to say this and hate to see it, I say Goldberg is gonna win the championship off of beat McIntyre for it. It's gonna be definitely a heavy hitting match, not just like one of those Goldberg matches where he beats everyone in like a minute. It's gonna be like a couple minutes longer than we expect it to be, and eventually Goldberg. It's like I said, it's gonna be heavy hitting. Two big guys going at it with each other. A lot of spears, a lot of claymores, a lot of like jackhammers and heavy hitting moves and stuff like that. So at the end, Goldberg wins, gets a title. Then we see Drew McIntyre come into the ring, and we see them, shake hands, sign of respect, whatever. He gets his respect, but Goldberg's now the champion. He's took his belt. Then we see the Miz come out and Morrison. They both attack him out of nowhere. We don't see it coming. They don't come out on the ring. They just come from like underneath the ring or some shit.
Yeah.
They attack both of them from behind. They beat the shit out of each other. They beat the shit out of them. They're on the ground. McIntyre, Goldberg on the ground. Sheamus and Keith Lee come out. They come out to make the save. They start beating up. No, they don't beat up them yet. They surround Miz and Morrison, and then McIntyre, Goldberg get up. Now Miz and Morrison are cornered. We have all four of them in the ring, four big ass guys and surrounding Miz and Morrison from each corner. We think that Sheamus and Keith Lee are gonna attack Miz and Morrison, but instead they go for Goldberg and McIntyre, and they both turn heel on them. And then they beat the shit out of Goldberg and McIntyre too. They help out Miz and Morrison, and Keith Lee and Sheamus walk away. They walk out of the ring. So do Miz and Morrison, but Miz has the idea that he wants to cash in the Money in the Bank contract. So he goes back in, quickly cashes it in. They both kick out McIntyre. He does the Skull Crushing finale to Goldberg. Morrison does this flippy thingy that he does. I don't know what it's called.
Flippy thingy.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's called either.
Yeah, but he does that flip move from the corner. And then Keith Lee and Sheamus are watching from the top of the entrance ramp. They think about going down and stopping it because, this whole feud thing is about like not letting Miz cash in and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they let him do it, and he actually wins the championship from Goldberg. And now Miz is the new WWE champion. And then the next night, the reasoning for doing that, the reasoning for attacking Goldberg and letting the Miz cash in is because even though the whole storyline between Goldberg and McIntyre is them as getting the respect from McIntyre and him not respecting Goldberg, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Miz, and Morrison are kind of like, we don't respect you. We run this shit now. You know what I mean? We're the top guys. We wanted this shit, but we don't respect Goldberg. That's why we attacked you. That's why we turned on him. And that's what I think is going to happen at Rumble.
That's kind of fire. Not gonna lie. Not kind of fire. My idea is if Goldberg wins this belt, it's gonna lead to either a big man match at Mania, like you said, with the Fatal 4-Way, Brock,
Lee,
Goldberg, Lee,
McIntyre,
or can go a whole different way And I don't think they'll do this because they're not ones to do. They like to do the predictable stuff. Like they lead stuff up to be predictable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
right now, everybody that's in the title picture is the same. You know what I mean? It's Lee, Sheamus,
Miz.
Miz, McIntyre, now Goldberg. If Brock comes back, he's gonna automatically be in line. I wouldn't mind seeing that big man fatal 4-way match and having Miz cash in
Ooh,
and win it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you think, all these big ass guys about to go at it, and the guy who comes out with it is the Miz. That is gonna make you. My whole thing with the Miz cashing is that you gotta have people hate him.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta give the people a match they want to see, have him cash in and ruin it, and have people be tight. My other idea with Goldberg is that if Goldberg wins the title, have Riddle win the Rumble. Give me
Riddle.
Goldberg and Riddle
Ooh,
at Mania.
that's the most hype. I would want to see that shit right away.
Like no one has been talking about the idea that Goldberg returned and Riddle is on Raw and the Rumble's coming up. I thought his odds would go up because he's had beef with Goldberg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Online, it would just make sense to get that fight to happen.
Definitely,
You got
man.
two guys that probably don't really like each other.
Oh, they hate each other for fucking
Yeah.
passion, man.
And you got a guy that's a fucking truck versus someone who likes to wrestle and do some missions. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's two total opposites, but it would be awesome. Like, I think it would be dope as hell.
yeah.
Riddle and Goldberg, I think, would. And then this goes into always keeping everybody else in the storyline because Keith Lee, like we said, it could if Keith Lee would win at Mania. I think I brought this up like 2 episodes ago, giving Riddle a title shot at SummerSlam just as a friendly here you go. You've been my friend. You've been loyal to me. Here's a shot. Riddle
Yeah.
could do the same thing to Lee, and we end up with Lee and Riddle at
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get McIntyre back in to storyline.
Yeah.
You have McIntyre win the Money in the Bank.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then we finally, because I hate seeing him as a face, we have McIntyre turn heel.
That's the thing. I think nowadays the Money in the Bank contract should be used for heel purposes.
Yes.
And ruin shit. Because
yes. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Like one way they should have done something like this. I mentioned this once on the ring side when we used to do the ring side.
Yeah.
How I remember this. I don't know why I remember this vividly, but like when Baron Corbin when Braun Strowman was Money in the Bank. Remember when he cashed it in and said, "Hey, I'm cashing in a Hell in a Cell against Strowman in a Hell in a Cell match."
I hate those cash ins so much when they announce it. The only one that was dope was the RVD one.
Yeah.
And that was different and will never happen again.
You know from that one they announce it's gonna be not unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Not gonna be
that was different because it was that one night stand. It was two baby faces, but not in that building that night.
Yeah, yeah.
John Cena was not it. You know what I mean? Like, so it worked. Him not being a heel. It needs to be for heels, the Money in the Bank. I don't know why they think they could give it to a babyface. Usually when it's given to a babyface, they lose.
Yeah.
If you notice that.
Yeah. It's a majority of the winners have been heels. Like, you think about it too.
So I would like for McIntyre to win it and him say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a good Money in the Bank person. I'm going to announce when I'm going to cash it in," because that's what you should do as a person. You shouldn't sneak up on somebody, and then whoever wins at SummerSlam, he just comes from behind and hits them.
Yeah, yeah.
It just
like that's what they're probably gonna do with the Miz. Like the Miz is you're not gonna know it. You may think that he's gonna do it since he's like cashing it in, then taking it back, but like he's gonna end up doing some surprise shit or something. This is why I feel like the Goldberg makes sense because who's gonna think that he's gonna cash in on Goldberg when he wins?
My brother actually told me this. He was like, "What if Miz cashes in at Rumble, but on McIntyre? Like he goes like McIntyre retains it. He goes through that whole match with Goldberg, and you just see that he's so exhausted after the match because it's Goldberg. Even
Yeah.
though Goldberg lost, it still makes Goldberg look good
Yeah. Yeah.
because
He just beat the shit
McIntyre
out of
is like,
McIntyre.
yeah, he can't, like he has trouble getting up. He gets up slow. They finally raise his hand, and then the Miz's music just hits,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we get that match, and he just
Exactly.
takes advantage. I was like, I could see that happening too. Like
Yeah.
that's why I like right now that Rumble's coming up. There's a title match that we don't know what's gonna happen. The Money in the Bank is still floating around. Like there's so much that could happen.
And the Rumble matches itself are unpredictable as well. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know who's gonna win those, but uh, yeah, that's what I like about the Money in the Bank too, with how it's so unpredictable with like when they're gonna cash in. If it's, especially if it's a heel and like a serious heel, not like a one that people joke about all the time, but like the serious heel like the Miz, who could definitely cash it in and
yeah,
win it.
definitely.
Um, yeah, so that's what I feel. They did
This
waste a couple. Like I said, the Braun Strowman one should have been cashed in. The Baron Corbin one from the year before that should have been cashed in successfully.
yo
Uh,
Baron Corbin should have been a champ.
As I was saying before, though, like when I was saying with the 2018 one when Braun Strowman was it, they had a, like we mentioned this in the past, how like there should be reasons where like heels should do stuff to get people pissed off.
Yeah,
And this is one of the reasons I was talking about too. With, and they dropped the ball heavily on this one, in my opinion. How like, because if you remember, like I said, Braun Strowman handed Baron Corbin the briefcase, kind of like, here, I'm cashing it in. What should have happened that Money in the Bank was like, oh, um, like you should have had, like instead of doing that Brock Lesnar coming in and attacking them and no contest shit that I hated, they should have had
yeah,
Baron Corbin come out when they were both beat down on the floor and couldn't get up. Where you have Baron Corbin come out with the briefcase, have him cash it in, and have him win it. And kind of like either, and then they have him in the championship and have him be like, oh, and the next night on Raw, I'd be like, oh, I did it because either have him say A, number one, be like, oh, I'm the interim general manager. I could do whatever I want. You gave me the briefcase. I decided to cash it in myself.
yeah.
Because the rules, all the Money in the Bank, you're supposed to hand it to the ref, not the general manager. And since I'm
Yes,
also a superstar, I decided to cash it in myself.
that would have been lit.
Or you could have had something like, oh, we have him come out, give the briefcase to the referee, and be like, wait, I can win it myself too. And then he ends up pinning one of them and winning it by surprise and have him win
Yeah,
the championship. And that's how people get to hate him and shit. So that's what
it's just there's so much stuff they could do that
yeah.
they don't do. Like
They dropped the ball on so many things.
yeah, they really do. They really do. I think they just don't have the ideas. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just like I think they go into it. This is how I feel. They go into it as okay, we're gonna give this person the Money in the Bank. Okay, well, what are you gonna do with them?
We don't know.
We don't know. Are they
Yeah.
gonna win the belt?
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. Maybe,
We'll
yeah,
see.
we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah,
They kind
because
of
the
build up
way
they
the
kind of use that as a way to like um kind of like, oh, that we want this person to be a star, but we're gonna use the Money in the Bank to kind of help them get built up more instead of giving it to somebody who already is built up in a way. Like Otis, he loved Otis. He probably thought like, oh, maybe the briefcase could help him boost him up more from the fans, but nope, did not work at all.
he's not
That's why they kind of
believable.
had him. Yeah, he's not believable.
The way they
No one
have
got
him,
behind him from that. No one
the
got behind
way
him.
they have him is not believable. The way they built up his character is not believable. It's just like it's Otis. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not like anything. They just kept using him as jokes, and it was
yeah.
like
No,
I
no,
can't take this guy serious.
exactly.
I still think how many people are usually in the Money in the Bank?
Like 6 to 8 people. Last year was 6 though, but it was usually 6 to 8 people.
I still say half the people in the Money in the Bank should be NXT people.
Yes,
I don't
that
know
would be
what
awesome. Yeah,
I
they
don't
should
know why they
include.
have
Yeah, they should
and
include like 2 to 3 people from NXT.
yeah, and like they should do 2 people from NXT, 2 people from Raw, 2 people from SmackDown,
Yep.
and you could use it anywhere.
Yeah,
Like
you can have someone from
let's
Raw or
say
SmackDown cash out
let's
NXT.
that's what I was gonna say. Let's say a Big E wins Money in the Bank, he could go to NXT and cash in. You know what I mean? Or let's say Kyle O'Reilly wins it, he could come to the main roster and cash it in. Like it would
Yeah,
be It would be sick.
That
I,
would be
s-
awesome.
I still don't understand how they don't have a tag team Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like that would be smart. I feel like that would help a lot.
Yeah.
Like I know TNA used to do it back in the day with the Feast of Fire, where they would give out briefcase and like one was the X division, one was the world title, one was a tag, and then it was just like, oh, dope. I don't know if they did that after the Money in the Bank happened, but still they still had other belts other than the world title,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I want somebody to cash in for the IC title. I would just love to see somebody cash in just for
Yeah.
you're like, what,
Because
why?
one of the things
But just
When Otis won, one of the things they had planned, rumored, was to have him cash in the tag team championships. That I would have been fine with that, but
yeah,
they wasted that shot too. Him and
yeah,
Tucker would have been great at tag team champions and shit.
because
That
that
would have
was
worked out, but they wasted
because
that ball too.
you know how awesome it would be for Kyle, let's say Kyle O'Reilly,
Yeah.
to win the Money in the Bank. You're like, oh man, who's he gonna go for? Balor? Is he gonna go for Reigns? Is he gonna go for McIntyre? No, my son shows up to like SmackDown with Bobby Fish, cash it in on the tag champions and win the tag belts, and it's like, okay, don't like you're not gonna be against it.
Yeah.
It's a cash in, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
but I would love to see NXT get involved with the Money in the Bank. Also, it makes it unpredictable because that's like, oh, he could show up at any time on the main roster and just
Yeah.
swipe the belt,
Exactly.
and that's a
Had-
dope ass call up.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
dope ass call up.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
that
That's
shit
what
to
I'm.
Adam Cole. That shit would be fucking sick.
Because I saw a picture once, like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a rumor, but it looked real because it was an actual graphic on a TV screen. I think they were planning on doing a specific only NXT Money in the Bank ladder match.
You know how insane that would have been?
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. That would have
Like,
been, they should go with that. They should try that for once. Like, see only NXT stars, and they could cash it in on the main roster brands too. So I have two people cash it in once. Have someone cash it in, then a heel cash it in on him. Two
yeah.
double cashes in one night.
Oh man, you know how dope that would be,
Yeah,
or how
you just
dope,
won your shit.
or how dope it would be. Let's say McIntyre is still champion, right? Let's say
Yeah,
it lands that the Miz is the Money in the Bank. Let's
yeah,
say uh somebody from NXT. Let's say Damian Priest, right?
yeah, yeah,
That's the NXT one, and McIntyre just gets fucking beat the shit out of him, and
yeah,
he's laying in the ring. And
yeah,
Miz's music hits, he runs down and he's listening to the ref right before they ring the bell. Damian Priest's music hits, he runs to the ring, he cashes it. You know how, and then they just have a standoff like, yo, what are you doing?
yeah, yeah. I'm supposed to cash in.
And then they do that like multiple times. Like they, like, let's say one will come out from the stage, one comes out from the crowd, and they'll just like stare at each other from one end of the ring to the other.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna run in?
Are you gonna
I?
run it? I gotta know.
Yeah. Or
And then
do like you said, somebody cashes in. Let's say the Miz will cash in on McIntyre. When he gets to celebrate, and fucking Damian Priest just comes in and
yeah,
just cashes in. It's like, nah, fam, not tonight.
yeah, not tonight, man. That would
Yo,
be a typical Damian Priest move, though. He'd be
yeah,
like, "Ha, you had your shot, boy. Now it's
yeah,
my time."
and it's just that
Yeah,
would be so dope because it makes it unpredictable. It's like this person could come up at any time they want,
yeah,
but they could also cash in on the NXT title.
that is true. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
it's like,
you have three champions instead of
what's
two.
gonna
It's like, yeah,
happen? Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Yeah,
Man, I still don't know how we're not hired,
I know, right? I know.
but it's ridiculous. That shit should be that should be a thing. The tag belt Money in the Bank should be a thing, and start taking the women's Money in the Bank more serious.
Exactly.
They don't even get me started. Now.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna do that.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah. I
even
don't want to
gonna
talk
do
about that. Yeah.
because wow, just like oh. I got knocked up. Like, let's trade. Give me your Money in the Bank. I'll give you the belt.
Yeah.
Does that
Yes.
mean when Becky comes back, is she missed Money in the Bank?
They should do that. They should do that. She comes back like you gave.
I don't want it to happen, but
Yeah.
that would be dope. Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
like
yo,
she comes out with the paper, be like, hey, the contract says, I give you my championship, you give me the Money in the Bank. She cashes right
Yeah.
in, and fucking wins it.
that would
That's
be,
awesome. That would be awesome.
I would hate it, but
Yeah.
that would be a
That would
slick
be
ass.
yeah. I
move.
wouldn't be mad at that part. I would be like, yo, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gotta
Yeah.
start taking that more seriously. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love that everything's just up in the air right now. That nothing's for sure
Yeah.
in the land of wrestling.
Exactly.
Even like
Even the free, like I said, with the free agents, like we're talking about, we don't know where they're gonna go. They could show up in any company. We don't fucking know that. They could
yeah.
return to the company. And see, we don't know. So we gotta
Yeah,
wait
is
and
it
see
all
that.
just a plan? Is it
Yeah, yeah,
like even with the Marty Scurll thing? I'm like, I don't even know. I don't want him to go to LA. Like, I would love for him to go to WWE and do his thing, but I know they're not gonna let him.
yeah,
WWE has a
Mm,
track record, and
yeah.
their track record is
If you know the elite, you're
bad.
not. Yeah,
Yeah, like if you can say that some of them were successful. Like you can make the argument. Can make the argument AJ was a successful signing.
yeah,
Even though there was times he wasn't happy, he was still
yeah.
doing his thing. Kevin
He's still, yeah,
Owens, Kevin Owens is just he he should be champion more times.
yeah.
He should be bigger than what he is. Um, Samoa Joe, what are you doing behind the
Exactly,
commentary
man.
table? There's just so many
I'm
people.
glad Finn Balor decided to go back to NXT. Don't know what he would be doing if he didn't go back to NXT. Probably just
Man,
be sitting on the sidelines, but glad he's killing it in NXT.
yeah,
Because now I'm taking it more serious. If he does go back, end up eventually going back to the main roster, I think he would be like a champion again. I mean, WWE or Universal Champion. I feel
yeah,
like he would. This NXT run is giving him a lot of shots. I like
yeah,
it.
definitely, definitely. And now he's got new opponents.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
facing the same people that are on Raw.
yeah,
It's like it's a fresh air. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like that's what you need with that's what that's why I kept saying about NXT when NXT was the 1 hour. It was like we're not seeing everybody every week. We're not getting tired of them. You get
Yeah,
tired of people. You don't know it, but you do.
yeah,
And I can tell you firsthand, it happened with me with Rollins. I've talked about it. I got tired of him. Right now, he's out. So maybe when he comes back, maybe if they what happens with Rollins is I feel like I bring him back as a babyface.
yeah. I
I don't
think.
want that. I don't want that. I think they gotta bring him back because he's a dad now. Like
Yeah.
no,
I
no.
think he's gonna be a heel again. I think so.
They need to keep him a heel.
Yeah.
He does. He's one of those people
But
that
but whenever Becky comes back, which I hope it's not soon, they're definitely gonna make him a babyface again, because they'll probably get partnered up with Becky, like as parents now. Blah blah
oh
blah.
man, I need
Uh,
him to hit her with a power driver and call it a day. That's when I'll be like, you
uh
know what? Give Rollins the belt again
yeah,
because wow,
yeah.
just give her a power driver in the middle of the ring. That'd be awesome. They're gonna do some stupid ass storyline. I
With them
know it.
together, yeah,
Yeah, I know they're gonna do some storyline. I don't know, man. They're always, you know how I feel about Becky.
yeah,
We need Becky versus Nia Jax just so I could not watch it.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
give me a reason not to watch it. Yeah, sure.
you know what? You don't want me to watch this pay per view? You know what you do? Make the main event Becky versus Nia Jax. I won't watch it at all. I won't even touch that pay per view on the network.
Yeah,
I'll just scroll by it. I'll be
yeah.
like, I
Fuck
don't
it.
want nothing to do with that pay per view.
Exactly.
If Nia Jax is fighting for a title,
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with that. What else is going on in the world of professional wrestling? I'm trying to
I
think.
didn't even. I feel like we covered everything already this
Yeah,
week.
we talked about a
A
lot,
lot.
man.
Yeah.
We covered New Japan. We talked about Marty Scurll leaving Ring of Honor, which
Yeah.
also we talking about NXT and AEW. What if he just ends up back in Japan?
Marty Scurll?
Yeah,
Maybe that could be a possibility.
I mean, I
What
don't
if he
think he
takes?
ever.
What if he takes over Bullet Club?
I
Ooh.
was just about to say that. I don't think he's ever got kicked out.
Yeah.
I think he just stopped showing up.
Now Jay
to New
White
Japan.
leaves. You got a new person coming in taking over Bullet Club.
Ooh, and when Jay White comes back, you get the
Feud.
friction.
Yeah.
Ooh, Marty Scurll versus Jay White. I'm not mad at that. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
I still think Tama Tonga should be the leader of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they keep switching the leaders to
Every
just
so often. Yeah.
yeah. Tama Tonga has been there the longest. Him and Bad Luck Fale, but Tama Tonga's just I don't know how he hasn't been a solo star yet. Like I don't know how he never held the title.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that he could cut a promo. It's not like he can't cut a promo. He's nice in the ring. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about him that they don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
Probably. Yeah, I was thinking too. Maybe it's like he just wants to keep just the singles run, like the tag team run. Maybe he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, but like it just you can always go back to tagging. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's not gonna kill you to have a title for a little
Yeah.
bit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and it just I don't know how he hasn't been one yet. They just New Japan it's weird over there. And
Yeah.
now, we didn't even talk about this. Ibushi, after the match, Sonata came out. Sonata been nice. He's been in the tag team with Evil, and
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this dude to get a singles run. And here we go. And where's he at the end of Wrestle Kingdom after the Jay White and Bushi match? In the middle of the ring, just looking at him with his looking real slick too with his suit on, being like, "What it do, baby?
What it do,
What it
baby?
do? We about to take this." So that match is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for a while for him to get a singles run because he's nice, and it's just like there's people that deserve it. And I think he's shown that he can hang in the ring with people. He's dope in the ring. Like
Yeah.
it's time to put him in his singles run and put a title on him.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to do the heavyweight title at first. Like you
The
could
junior heavyweight.
you could do the what's it called in the IC title.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, because he got both. He's double champ, baby. He's double champ.
Double champ. Yeah, my God, double champ. The
Yo.
year double champs, man.
Yeah, and you know what? This is the time that I want to tell everybody that was like, he's not gonna sign with WWE. He's stupid. Go fuck yourself, because my man is a god now. My man was gonna go in WWE, win the Cruiserweight Classic, and be the champion. Like, cool. What else were they gonna do with him?
Yeah.
Once you're labeled as a Cruiserweight, that's all they see you as. They were not gonna move him up.
Ever not.
Maybe to NXT, and maybe he'll be a mid-carder in the main roster.
Yeah.
I did not see him going far with WWE. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna go back to Japan. He's crazy. What is he doing?" Look at my man now. My man's living life. Hell yeah. Life. Main evented back-to-back nights.
Back-to-back. Exactly.
Won them both. My man, what a guy. What a guy.
What a goat.
Like, I don't know why people were like, "Oh, he should just still with WWE." There was a lot of people like that.
Like, there were a lot of people who should stay.
It made no sense at all.
No sense
at all, bro.
I was confused. I was like, "What? Like, let him be. Let him go somewhere else. He doesn't have to stay with them."
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, he's stupid for that. He should just sign with WWE." New Japan is just Okada land. Like, you can't get over there. And look at my man. Okada was even in the main event, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? Okada he's still the man. I can't take nothing away from him. He's still the man.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up with it as I should.
Me neither.
Because New Japan's tough, man.
Yeah, I know. It's so early in the day to watch everything.
Yeah, then it's like
I always find out after, like, "Yo, this shit, like."
Yeah, and there's like no one that covers it. Like, you gotta go deep.
There's no. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Like, no one really does shit with it. It's like I've seen everyone covering like AEW, WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, but like no, New Japan.
Yeah. Oh, what happened on Raw last night? Tell me what happened on New Japan.
Ago. Yeah.
You're like, come on.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't fucking know. No one knows that shit. No one knows that shit.
Like, it's just New Japan dead ass shitted on American wrestling last night. 2 nights ago. And they said, "Yo, what's up?" Like, their 2 nights were probably better than every event held this year that I've watched.
Yeah.
Maybe an NXT match here or there, but not the whole card. Those 2 nights were ridiculous.
Yeah.
To have that many good cards and everybody goes out there and like fucking went in, like,
exactly.
Not even at Mania, you get that. Mania, you still
There's a lot
got.
of there's a lot of matches where it's like, okay, this easy 1, 2, 3 win out of here.
Yeah,
No
it's
one gives a
like,
fuck.
why are you even having this match?
Exactly. That's just like a Raw match or some shit. That's not a
It's
Mania fucking match.
exactly that
I
was
think
like
so. Essentially, this past year, I feel like this past year was like, oh, they probably just push it together because of last minute changes and shit like that. But that I understand. But like this year, I think they should go hard this year with made
nah,
fucking
man.
matches. Every
I
match should
feel
be.
I feel what happened last year. That was it was it was what was gonna be the card. There might have been a couple matches that changed, but they started planning for next year's
Yeah.
WrestleMania before Mania even happens.
Yeah.
So like they're probably planning like right now this year's 37, right?
Yeah. 37.
They're probably planning for 38 right now. Like they're already like lining things up to
Yeah.
see who are we gonna have. So like they gotta step it up because they New Japan say, "Yo, homie, y'all can't even lace up my boots." Sorry to tell you, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!" Like I was watching that show, and I was like, this is wrestling. Like this is,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because it's not like I think what happens is WWE, like American wrestling, goes super hard with the storylines.
Yeah.
Like New Japan's never about storylines. Like their
It's all
stories,
about wrestling. It's literally just wrestling. They don't care about the
yeah.
storylines.
Like they'll tell you the storyline during the match.
Yeah.
Like, oh, these two are this thing. They don't have to go every week cutting promos and shit.
Yeah. They don't do that.
Yeah, I also like how they do the press conference at the end of the show. That's dope.
Yeah.
I know
That's
WWE tried that for WrestleMania 30. Have you ever seen that? They did like
I think so.
a post press conference on the network. It was the
Yes,
first
I
year
remember.
the
Yeah, I
network.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
and it was kind of dope. I don't know why they stopped it. That was
Yeah.
kind of cool. I don't know. WWE, they like to stop doing things that we like.
Exactly.
But
They try it
it was
out. They know
dope.
we like it. They don't do it. That's
Yeah,
the
they're
point.
like, nah, you know what? We don't need this.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah.
But yeah, man. What a week. What a
Yeah.
few what a way to kick off the new year, right?
I know, right? I know.
In
I know.
wrestling.
I know.
This shit, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And that means that means like right now we are people always say after Royal Rumble. I always say
After
on the new
WrestleMania.
year,
Yeah.
like we are on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
because technically right now we're still in Royal Rumble season, which is still WrestleMania
yeah,
season.
it's WrestleMania season, so we're building up to Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares what happens from after Survivor Series
Till TLC.
till no, not even till TLC. Till maybe like the week before Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that's gonna happen. Like I saw they try to hype up the title match with Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
We all knew that belt was not changing hands because they just don't do that.
Yeah.
Like if you would have told me early 2000s, 90s, yo, there's a title fight on Raw, maybe because they used to just change it. They used to just be
Yeah.
like,
That these
fuck
change it frequently. Then it's like now it's just
Yeah.
if you're announcing it ahead of time, nope, nobody's winning it.
yeah, facts. But yeah, now we're officially on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, we will
Now
talk.
is the time
Yeah.
that's we don't. It's a lot of predictable stuff is happening, but a lot of unpredictable stuff is happening also. As
Yeah.
we talked about Goldberg just showing up. Also, we didn't talk about Sonya Deville.
Forgot about that too. I was like,
Why did-
wait, I don't know.
Why did they just wait till Royal Rumble? Why didn't
Yeah,
they
I
have
know.
her as a
Why did-
surprise entrance?
I was so confused. I'm like, why is she just casually walking? I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like,
Yeah,
you couldn't
sh-
wait 2 more weeks, 3 more
they
weeks.
showed her. I was like,
Why now?
really?
Like,
Yeah,
why-
like
why not? Like, why?
it should.
Glad she's back, but like, why now? Like, what the fuck is?
Yeah, like I'm hyped she's back. She's
Yeah,
dope
yeah,
as
right.
hell. But
Come on, like, that just
Why?
ruined everything. I was like, fuck, she's not winning. Probably, she's probably not winning.
and now Mandy's on Raw.
Now they can't continue that storyline. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? What the fuck is she gonna talk about? Like, what is she-
Yeah, so you should just brought her back at
and have her go to
Rumble
Raw.
and had them do
Clash.
a face off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that would have been dope as hell.
Yeah, but they ruined it.
Now
man.
you had to show her backstage walking her little suit, and now it's like
her Seth Rollins looking attire.
facts. I was like, I guess this is how they're gonna do it. They should
Yeah.
They should have surprised us.
Exactly. I know,
Like,
right? What the fuck they did?
I even forgot about her.
Me too. Me too. What the fuck is wrong
when I
with
saw
that?
her, I was like, oh shit.
Shit.
Like, you could have had that reaction at Royal Rumble. You could have gave me that reaction. But
they fucking ruined it, man. I was so tight about that. I'm so tight.
They pissed me off. Can I just say
know.
that?
I don't even want to talk about. Oh god.
Did she cut a promo?
She didn't do shit. She didn't do shit. She didn't do shit. She just walked, and that's it. They didn't say a fucking word. They didn't do anything. She was just her walking. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do for us?
I guess.
That doesn't show anything. They're probably gonna do the same shit this week, the same shit next week until the Royal Rumble. It's like, what the fuck?
Because there's nothing for her to really
to do. Yeah, like, they probably
talk about. Yeah,
to just go walk and look tough. Like, fucking just do that at the Rumble, man.
Yeah, all the people that were in her storyline are now
Not
on a different show.
Except for Otis, but it's like, what the fuck is it gonna do with him? I don't know. I'm tight.
Facts, yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
I guess we could, if you have anything else to say, that.
Nia Jax's gonna run the Royal Rumble.
No, don't say that, man. Don't.
Man, but yeah, nothing else, man. I think we covered everything. I just had to get that. I had to get that out because I saw it and I was like, you could have just surprised us.
Yeah.
I hope we don't get nothing else. Like, I hope we don't see nobody else just pop up.
Exactly. Me too.
Rumble. Just have them. If
everyone else you have planned to wait 2 fucking weeks, 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. You guys could wait that long.
I'm hoping we get Bo Dallas.
Me too.
Me too.
Because I don't think it's gonna be like a lot of like one-timers in it. I think it's gonna be a majority of people who we haven't seen is gonna come back rest of the time now.
Yeah.
Because especially during the COVID thing, I don't think a lot of people are gonna want to come back for one day and not come back ever.
And we need Bo Dallas again. NXT Bo Dallas. We don't need the Bo leave. We don't need the B team.
Yeah.
No, we need Bo
Serious
Dallas.
Bo Dallas.
Time out. Is he even still signed?
Yeah, he is.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. I thought he was at least 2 better.
Prediction without even listening. Yeah, he just hasn't been there. It's like
perfect time to come back. But of course they're probably gonna have him come back beforehand and do some stupid shit with that. Ruin the whole fucking thing.
He should just come back with Bray.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. That's my ideal thing. Yes.
Have we talked about that,
I mentioned that once that I've always wanted him to be part of like the
but did we talk about the Bray match?
He got fucking burnt. He got fucking burnt.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that? I don't think we talked about that.
We talked about it off camera, but we didn't do it. I was like, okay, so
that?
It was awesome. I loved the moment, but I was laughing so hard on how they did it.
Yeah, it was it was bad.
At least fucking use a stunt double. Like, I get it, it's the Fiend and shit. Well, if you're gonna have him get burnt,
not make it look so.
You don't
obvious.
have like exactly. You're just laying down there.
You got mad money. Like, you could get a better
suit.
You know what I mean? Like, or a suit. Like, it was
then like, because even if you like are not, even if it wasn't Bray Wyatt, a typical person would move a fucking muscle if they're on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Not like laying down there like, oh yes, I love this shit. Like fucking
dying
slowly without reacting to it.
Facts, yeah.
It's like it comes natural. I always get fucking burnt. You know, like I'm used to this shit. Yeah, but like just have someone move a muscle or something. Yeah. Like be under the ring moving the arms.
Yeah. Like the match was cool.
Yeah.
The match was cool and all. What
I was confused at the end, but I like it though.
I didn't like the fire around like the arena.
Yeah.
Give me the fire around the ring.
Yeah.
Give me that they can't escape. You know what I mean? And then you can always make it to the outside.
Yeah.
Like but yeah, that was wow. That was wow. I can't even like give you full thoughts on it, because it was just like wow, yeah.
Yeah.
What a time though.
I know. Well,
we also gotta see we also gotta see what happens with that too.
Yeah. So I guess we can wrap it up there.
Yes, sir.
Once again, a reminder, go check our store out. It will be in our link of this YouTube video, link in our bios.
Go buy some merch.
Exactly. Thank you, Joel. Thank you. Once again, I'm Nick, your host. Joel, my co-host. Episode number 17 of the Ring Fanatics. And we'll see you guys next time.
Catch you.